Two people live 2 blocks apart. Same city, same rent, same zip code. One earns $82,000 a year. The other earns $47,000. Guess which one has money in the bank? Go ahead, guess. If you picked the higher earner, you'd be wrong. And that single fact should shake something loose in how you think about money. Because here's the truth most people never get told. Income doesn't build wealth. Behavior does. The person earning $47,000, let's call her Dana, has 14 months of living expenses saved. She invests 18% of every paycheck. She sleeps fine at night. The person earning $82,000, call him Marcus, checks his balance with his jaw tight. He's 90 days from real trouble if his job disappears. Same neighborhood, completely different financial realities. This video is about why that gap exists, and more importantly, how you close it, no matter what you earn right now. Stay with me, because the answer isn't what you think. Let's start with something nobody talks about. Every single thing you own costs you money twice. The first cost is the one you see. The price tag. The number on the receipt. Easy. But there's a second cost. And most people never calculate it. The second cost is everything that comes after the purchase. Storage, maintenance, insurance, mental energy, and something economists call opportunity cost. The wealth you could have built if that money had gone somewhere else instead. Here's a real example. Marcus bought a 400-gallon fish tank for his living room. Cost him $3,200. Looks impressive. Guests always comment on it. But that tank takes up wall space in an apartment where every square foot costs money in rent. It needs weekly cleaning, specialty food, water treatments, a backup heater, and a UV filter he had to replace last spring. He spent close to $800 a year maintaining it since he bought it. That's not a fish tank. That's a recurring monthly bill disguised as a decoration. And here's the part that really stings. If that $3,200 had gone into a basic index fund instead, at an average market return of around 7% annually, it would be worth nearly $6,300 in 10 years. He didn't just buy a fish tank. He traded future financial freedom for a fish tank. Now multiply that logic across every impulse. Buy, every upgrade, every item collecting dust in a closet. The number gets uncomfortable fast. Dana figured this out early. She calls it the true cost rule. Before she buys anything, she asks one question. What is this actually going to cost me, total, over the time I own it? That question alone has saved her more money than any budget spreadsheet ever could. Here's where it gets interesting. Dana has a second rule. She calls it the disappearance test. Walk through your home right now. In your head is fine. And look at each thing you own. Ask yourself honestly, if this disappeared tomorrow, would I go spend money to replace it? Not would I be sad. Not would I miss it. Would you actually open your wallet and buy another one? For most people, the honest answer is no for more than half of what they own. That bread maker in the cabinet? No. The golf clubs from 3 years ago? No. The jacket still in the dry cleaning bag? No. Those items aren't just taking up space. They're costing you rent, attention, and energy without giving you anything back. Dana did this test 2 years ago. She removed 41 items from her apartment, sold 16 of them, donated the rest. She made $420. More importantly, she stopped spending money maintaining and organizing things she didn't even want. Now, here's a rule that trips up even smart, high-earning people. Marcus makes great money. But every 2.5 years, he upgrades his phone. His current phone works perfectly, makes calls, runs every app, takes excellent photos, but the new model is out. So he upgrades. Over 30 years, that pattern, applied to phones, laptops, cars, furniture, televisions, easily adds up to $200,000 in spending on things that were already working. $200,000. That's not progress. That's the slow leak nobody notices until the tank is empty. Dana has a simple policy. If it works, it stays. Boredom is not a reason to spend. A newer model existing is not a reason to spend. Only genuine failure, something breaking and being unrepairable, justifies replacement. That one rule, followed consistently, is worth more than a salary raise. Let's talk about something most finance videos skip entirely. Willpower is not a strategy. You cannot rely on self-discipline to stop spending. Not when you're tired, not when you're stressed, not when you had a rough week and your phone is showing you exactly the thing you've been wanting. Willpower runs out. Environment doesn't. Dana doesn't trust herself to resist every purchase. So she designs her life so resistance is the default. She removed her credit card information from every online retailer. She deleted the shopping apps from her phone. She unsubscribed from every promotional email. And she has one rule she never breaks: a 24-hour wait before any purchase that isn't food, gas, or medication. Not 24 hours of agonizing. Just 24 hours of waiting. She says about 70% of things she wanted in the moment don't feel important the next day. On the savings side, she automated everything. On the first of every month, her investment contribution leaves her account before she can see it. She treats it exactly like rent. Non-negotiable. Already gone. Not available. Marcus, meanwhile, saves whatever is left at the end of the month. There's almost never anything left. That's not a coincidence. That's a system failing in slow motion. Here's something worth sitting with. Marcus earns $82,000 a year. Dana earns $47,000. But Dana has defined what enough looks like for her life. She decided, in writing, years ago, what kind of apartment is sufficient, what kind of car gets the job done, what level of comfort feels genuinely good without requiring constant upgrades. Marcus never made that decision. So every raise he got went straight into a lifestyle that expanded to absorb it. His spending grew with his income. Every single time. Without a definition of enough, there's no finish line. You're just running a race that never ends. Here's the shift that changes everything. Most people measure wealth by what they have. The house, the car, the wardrobe, the stuff. But the people who actually have financial security measure wealth differently. They measure it by what they can choose. Can you walk away from a job that's making you miserable? Can you take 3 months off if a family member gets sick? Can you say no to a well-paying opportunity that conflicts with your values? That's real wealth. That's freedom. And it's only available to people who've built real margin between what they earn and what they spend. Marcus earns $82,000 and spends $80,000. He has almost no margin, which means almost no choices. Dana earns $47,000 and spends $31,000. She has $16,000 a year going to savings and investments. She has choices. Marcus doesn't. And it has nothing to do with luck. It has everything to do with clarity. If you want to build that kind of clarity around your own money, this is the channel that helps you do it. Subscribe to Money IQ Pro for real, simple videos about how money actually works and how to make it work for you. No fluff, no hype, just honest financial thinking. Here's the final thought I want to leave you with. The apartment Dana lives in doesn't look impressive. But Dana sleeps like someone who has options. Marcus's apartment looks like success. But Marcus wakes up at 3 in the morning running numbers in his head. You don't have to earn more to feel financially secure. You have to own less, spend deliberately, and define what enough means for your actual life. The moment you do that, something shifts. The anxiety gets quieter, the decisions get simpler, and the money, for the first time, starts working for you instead of the other way around. The choice between those two apartments isn't about income, it's about whether you're willing to ask a harder question than, can I afford this? The question is this worth what it's actually costing me? Answer that honestly, and everything changes.